Final Score Friday's 30th season with Sports Director Lane Casadonte and Sean Robertson. Sponsored by Toyota and Reynolds Community College.
Another trip around the sun has brought us back here for another season of Final Score Friday. Very happy to have the cheerleaders from Mechanicsville here with us to kick off our 30th year of high school football coverage. Lane and Sean here with you, as we will be for the next 12 weeks as we go through the fastest season on the calendar.
And we start off with a marquee matchup, no matter if it's in the regular season or the playoffs. These two met twice last year, but one of them is under new management. Highland Springs, the near unanimous top team in our preseason coaches poll on the road, taking on number 7 Manchester. First quarter opening drive for the Springers. Eric Bird around the left side. He's in for a touchdown from 9 yards out. Highland Springs up 7-0. Second quarter, Lancers down 14-0. Landon Abernathy rolls right. Will find Latrell Green behind the defense. He'll break through a couple of tackles. Lauren Johnson won't like that. He'll go 83 yards for the score. Tack on the 2-point conversion. Springers are up 14-8 near the end of the half. Springers go to the ground, and Dayron Ferguson finds the end zone from 3 yards out. Highland Springs up 21-8 at the break. Third quarter, more from the Springers ground game. Quarterback Nelson Lane, the James River transfer, with a great individual play to score his first touchdown in the black and gold. 5 different Springers would score a TD in their 42-8 win over Manchester.
We head down to Dinwiddie next, where Billy Mills kicked off season number 20 with the Generals hosting GW Danville, a team they have outscored by a combined 107-10 in the last 2 years. And again, it was the Harry Dalton show. Third-year starter at quarterback, dragging Eagles with him as he would get into the end zone. A 31-yard touchdown run. It's already 14-0 Generals, 21-7 now. Dalton goes to the air, 46 yards to Zion Bousseau, 28-7 at that point. Dalton goes for 202 on the ground and 3 scores. He added a passing touchdown, all Dinwiddie tonight as they roll up Danville 55-21 to start the season 1-0.
Let's go back to last night. Number 6 Thomasdale hosting Cosby. The Knights have won 11 of 12 all-time meetings against the Titans, and they would jump on the Titans early. Ethan Medley finds Ryan Lindberger for 28 yards. That would lead to a Jaden Height 30-yard touchdown run to put the Knights up 7-0. I mean, he's pretty fast right there.
There he goes.
It's 10-0 Knights at this point, and then the special teams become special. Daniel Lewis, 59-yard punt return down to the 1-yard line. It would lead to another Knights touchdown. It was all Thomasdale, 52-8 over Cosby.
Also from last night, number 8 LC Bird under new head coach Matt Bland on the road at James River. First quarter, Birds, Christopher Showalter. Haven't seen much of this out of Bird in the last few years, but they have a kicking game, 28-yard field goal, and it's 3-0 Skyhawks. Second quarter, Bird gets the ground game going. Corey Holland with a 29-yard touchdown run, first of 2 he had in the quarter. All Skyhawks as they pitch a shutout in week 1 as they beat the Rapids 31-0. They start their season 1-0.
From this afternoon, 9th-ranked Trinity Episcopal hosting North Cross out of Roanoke. The Raiders already 1-0 this season. The Titans playing their first game of the 2024 season. Opening drive of the year for Trinity. We're going to hear this duo a lot this season. Tegan Logan to Fats Brown. Brown sheds off several tackles. He'll hit the sideline and take it to the house for the score. Point after good, 7-0 Trinity to the second. Game tied at 7. Brock Miles rolls to his right, connects with Daniel Skoog for the touchdown. North Cross up 14-7 at the break. Second half, all Titans after a Deuce Edwards interception. Logan goes up top and finds Aiden McCormick for the touchdown. Trinity outscored North Cross 27-0 after half. They win their first of the year, 34-14, the final.
Also from last night, Prince George on the road at Glen Allen. Both programs with new head coaches. Longtime Manchester boss Tom Hall with Prince George, and former Jaguar defensive coordinator Malik Sexton has been promoted to head coach at Glen Allen. First quarter, doesn't take much to call this. Dallas Chavis right up the gut. Nearly untouched, 65 yards on the touchdown, and the Jaguars have a quick 7-0 lead. And if it isn't Chavis, then it's Nana Utsi, the returning quarterback, QB1 for the Jaguars, 7-yard touchdown run there. First of 3 first-half touchdowns that he had. The defense does the rest as the Jaguars roll in week 1. They beat the Royals 35-0, over Prince George.
Also from last night, in Petersburg. The Crimson Wave taking on Booker T. Washington out of Norfolk. Former Booker standout, an NFL Hall of Famer, Bruce Smith with the jacket.
Wore the jacket. How about that?
Doing the coin toss before the game. Didn't help out the Bookers at all. Second quarter.
They could have used it.
They sure could have. 14-0 Petersburg. Timothy Morton Jr. 32-yard touchdown run, 21-0 Petersburg. Yeah, that is the final. But just before that, we'll show one more highlight. Stanley Green to Xavier King, who makes the catch right before the first half horn. Petersburg does roll. Bruce Smith crying on the sideline. 42-0 Wave are now 1-0.
That's a great start for Petersburg. Coming up, we have plenty more scores and highlights from a jam-packed week one of Final Score Friday. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Final Score Friday, sponsored by Toyota and Reynolds Community College.
Welcome back to Final Score Friday. Happy to have the cheerleaders from Mechanicsville with us tonight. Wave, cheerleaders, wave, ladies. We'll tell you how their Mustangs made out in just a couple of minutes, but we start with another intra-regional matchup between Hermitage traveling to Oscar Smith. The Tigers lost 4 games last year, the first time they dropped that many in a single season in over 2 decades.
But you still know you're in for a challenge when they're on the schedule. Hermitage, according to their head coach, Timothy Jean-Pierre, no longer a young team, 18 starters back from last year. Last year's 14-point win by the Tigers was the first meeting in this series since 1956. Take you down to the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Bryson Robinson, for Hermitage is going to stop an early Oscar Smith drive with that interception, but it would not lead to any points. And Oscar Smith would take over from there. Brandon Nesbitt is going to take the handoff, go right through the Panther defense for the touchdown. They had an early 7-0 lead. Look out, ref. And then Jamari DeLoach, the Cincinnati commit, with another touchdown run in the first half. Tigers score the first 37 points of the game, and they cruise 44-6 tonight over the Panthers.
We go back to last night. Midlothian opening on the road at Monacan. Pick it up in the third quarter. This was a really good game. Trojans were up 14-13. Monacan's defense will come up with the play. Gibson Cross picked off by Trey Andrews. He'll take it 52 yards for the pick six. Chiefs up 20-14. Later, Monacan again showing off that defense. Cross picked off again, this time by Jaden Stadler. He'll take it back into Trojan territory, and that would lead to this. Dion Hallback to Tristan Hollins, the Davidson commit. A 27-yard completion down to the 25. It would lead to a Wheeler touchdown run. Monacan up 28-14 at that point, and they get the home win 28-21 over Midlothian.
From earlier today, Armstrong opening on the road at Collegiate. Both teams with experienced offensive lines and both with something to prove this year. 7-0 Collegiate when Armstrong. 72-yard pass. Briante Harris finds Ja'Kay Chavis all alone behind the defense. Great catch, 7-6 Cougars. This one would go all the way down to the wire. Jack Callahan, the Richmond commit, going to go 52 yards to Zach Jarvis.
Nice.
Chavis, though, had 3 touchdowns alone in the first half, a 93-yard kickoff return. Wildcats win a shootout at the buzzer, 36-32 over the Cougars.
Chavis has 6 touchdowns in the game alone. Out in the West End, Caroline visiting J.R. Tucker. Cavaliers won a tie game last year at home, but they have never won at Wells Stadium until tonight. Vlad Joaquin, the 7-yard touchdown run. Cavaliers up 7-0. Joaquin again. A 19-yard run through the Tigers defense. They led 13-0 at that point. Cavaliers post a shutout on the road. 42-0 the final over J.R. Tucker.
From last night, Mechanicsville hosting Deep Run. Here are the Mustangs that these ladies watched last night. Deep Run's Chris Suber with a nice run coming up here that would eventually set up, promise that once they get to the sideline, then it'll go through. There, Chris Suber with the run right here for the Wildcats. Set up a Jamel Howard short touchdown run. Wildcats had a 7-0 lead. Mustangs driving. Mason Enslow came up with the interception for deep run. Wildcats went on to win this one last night, 20-13 over the Mustangs.
Not even excited about that win. Come on, let's get excited. Also from last night up in Hanover, Douglas Freeman on the road at Lee. The Raiders defense comes up with the play. Raiders driving. Brendan Lee, though, picked off by Caleb Fisher for Douglas Freeman. And then in the second quarter, Butter Stevenson. I like that first name.
Oh, yeah.
Butter.
Oh, yeah.
He's a butter. Breaks the tackle, goes 61 yards for the touchdown. Mavericks up 7-0. And at the break, they go on to post a 17-0 win over at Lee.
Still to come, more scores and highlights as we wrap up week 1 of Final Score Friday. Stay with us. Finally tonight, St. Christopher's under the lights, opening up with the Panthers from Camden, New Jersey. Pretty sure it's the first time they've ever been here. Chase Roberts picked off by Jeremiah Steele. He's going to return it all the way down to the 10-yard line, set up a short TD pass, and the Panthers had a 7-0 lead. St. Christopher's, though, would get on the board next. Addison Goslin, 57-yard run, breaking tackles all the way through. He would eventually get caught from behind, led to a field goal, and St. Chris was down 7-3. Then Roberts, 31-yard touchdown pass coming up here right into your living room to Jerron Johnson. Made it 10-7 at the half, but the Panthers come back big in the second half and beat the Saints 39-17.
A couple of other scores to mention to you from last night. Verina in double overtime loses to Indian River, 37-31. Lewis Godwin, a 33-7 win over Goochland.
Meadowbrook opens the season with a win over Clover Hill, and Patrick Henry in a suspended game leads Louisa 16-7. All your week 1 scores are at the Final Score Friday page. Thanks to the Mustangs. We'll see you next week.